Welcome back to episode 51 of Next Trekking Adventure. This episode, we take you into Glacier National Park on the historic Grinnell Trail. We hike up to the Grinnell Glacier and we run into some wildlife on the trail. Including one hair-raising experience where we run into a grizzly bear walking the trail. I wade into the glacier runoff of Grinnell Glacier, try to muster up the courage to do the polar plunge.
I got you!
Join us on this episode, RV life, full-time RV travel in Glacier National Park. We started our day in Columbia Falls, Montana. This is on the western side of Glacier National Park, and this is where most of the people stay during their visit to Glacier National Park. There's about 3 towns that are right there on the edge of the park. These are the towns that are easiest to get to the Going to the Sun Road, which is the most popular road in Glacier National Park. However, the Grinnell Glacier Trailhead is on the opposite side of the park, and the only way to get there is to make a 132-mile trek around the park to get to the trailhead. But trust me on this, it's a fantastic drive and there's a good chance you'll see wildlife along the way. Give yourself 2 hours and 24 minutes, give or take, to get to the trailhead. Here's the good news, there is no reservation needed to enter the Many Glacier entrance there on the eastern side of Glacier National Park. It is still a fee entrance area, so you'll either need to pay the gate fee or have the America Beautiful annual pass. The Grinnell Glacier Trail is an 11.2 or a 12.5 mile round trip there and back trail. It's generally considered a challenging route because of the elevation gain. It takes an average of 5.5 hours to complete this hike. This is a very popular hike, so you'll likely encounter lots of people. The best times to visit this trail are August through October, and there are no dogs allowed on the trail. Another feature that we love about the AllTrails app is it actually keeps track of the hikes you've done and completed. It is a long drive from Columbia Falls all the way around the park, but before you know it, you'll be at the trailhead and you'll have seen some really cool stuff.
Okay, go over there.
This is an amazing lake, huh? So we're going up there to the glacier on top there, I think. There is the Glacier Park Boat Company that does shuttle you across both these lakes, and how they got that boat in this lake is somewhat of a challenge. I believe it's got to be airdropped. It's really not a shuttle service, but you can get a tour and you can catch it at the trailhead. So if you're not physically able to do the hike, this is a great way to get across the lakes, and it'll take off at least 2 miles off of your hike. From the boat landing of the south shore of Lake Josephine, hikers should proceed along the trail that leads towards the right. After walking a very short distance, you'll reach a junction where you'll turn right to continue towards your destination. From the junction, the trail circles around the south end of the lake. Much of this segment travels along a raised boardwalk that keeps hikers above a wet, marshy area. Immediately after hiking this short section, you'll arrive at the North Shore Lake Josephine Trail Junction, which veers towards the right.
How you doing?
Up which way?
Yeah, you've been wild.
Just on the trail. Oh, yeah.
Like a mile and a half off.
You're supposed to say you're almost there. You know?
Yeah.
You don't like to lie, is that the deal? I get it. I totally get it.
There's one hiker at a time. I think we'll go by that rule. What do you think?
When you come to the bridge, this is really your indication that the easy hiking is over. You'll also want to pay close attention to the pilings that are under the bridge. They are getting washed out, and the rule is one hiker on the bridge at any given time. The path leading to Grinnell Glacier continues up the hill, and from this point on, the easy walking is over. You will climb a thigh-burning 135 feet over the course of the next tenth of a mile. At roughly 3/4 of a mile, after you do that thigh-burning climb, you'll begin to enjoy your first views of Grinnell Lake and the valley below. Angel Wing and Mount Good will tower above the lake from the vantage point. If you walk a little further up the trail, you'll also see Grinnell Falls, and it cascades hundreds of feet down the headwater above the west end of the lake.
I'm still smiling.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the views. Look at the views. The views are amazing. There are 3 glaciers that will be visible as you proceed up the valley. Sitting just below the garden wall is the Salamander. This is the dominating glacier visible from Lake Josephine as well as during the early portions of the hike. As the trail continues to climb, hikers will pass through beautiful alpine meadows with numerous wildflowers. This is where on the hike we encountered bighorn sheep and mountain goats. But we also encountered a grizzly bear on the trail, so this is where you want to start looking for wildlife and breathtaking views.
Here they come.
I don't know. Okay. Look out on us. Yeah, we're still.
It's his trail.
It's his trail.
Yeah, I'm the visitor.
When I say this is a popular trail, I mean this is a popular trail, both with humans and mountain goats, as it turns out.
Coming towards ya.
The right thing to do while hiking any trail in a national park, or any trail as far as that goes, is give that animal the trail. Surrender the trail, get off the trail where possible. And when I say where possible, there's some sheer drop-off, so there's not always real convenient. In that case, you need to back down the trail. We enjoyed this mountain goat's company for quite a while on the trail. It actually stayed on the trail for at least 20 minutes, grazing off the trail, and eventually there was a wide open spot. And at that point, it got off the trail and hikers could go by. For wildlife encounters, the Grinnell Trail provides many opportunities to see bighorn sheep and mountain goats, and bears. At roughly 3.5 miles from the boat landing areas, hikers eventually will reach the Grinnell Glacier viewpoint, where you'll enjoy a commanding view of the 152-acre glacier and Upper Grinnell Lake. There's also the Garden Wall that is part of the Continental Divide, as well as the 9,553-foot Mount Good. And this is why you pack a coat, because when you get up here, the temperature drops drastically. It's cold and it's windy. And bear in mind, this is in August, and it's 80s to 90s down below. This is top of the peak. We made it all the way to the glaciers. We're not sure how. This is a hike, but you're going to see we saw goats, we saw rams, but one of the shorter trail was close. We had to walk an additional mile, so it was it's about 6.5 miles. I'll have to look on AllTrails, but it's pretty amazing elevation gain. I hope you enjoyed the trip up here. I mean,
Many Glacier.
yeah, Many Glacier, yeah. And then right in that armpit, right up that way, is the other trail from the Sun Road that you can come out on. We've been seeing groups of hikers pop up there. You just see their silhouettes.
That's only 11.
That's an 11-mile hike from there. But if you go that way, you're just looking down at this. If you come this way, we're still looking down. But this is this is a different experience.
Yeah.
And it is sad that the glaciers are slowly, going away. So we wanted to come up this way and get as close as we could to this glacier before it's gone. And who knows, it may reverse. There has, been a lot of glaciers disappearing. So, anyways, we've seen this one. So one of the reasons you want to do this, not only are the views amazing, but the wildlife's not so bad either. It's amazing. So, you just never know what you're going to stumble into on a mountain trail. So we've come into a goat and now a ram. And they just come feet away from you, so it's super cool.
Yeah.
Just give them their distance because they can't hurt you. But there they are. Well, we had made it to the glacier. Now we had about 6 miles. The good news, it was mostly all downhill. On our way down, we just had that one encounter with that grizzly bear on the trail, and even though on the camera it looks like he's a little further away than he is, he's right there, and there's no real good place to get off the trail. So I didn't get a lot of footage. We just needed to back up and let him go around.
Wild birds.
Grouse.
Making sounds.
Starting to.
Well, that is a long hike with little shade. So when you get down to the bottom, you're hot. And as we came to the bridge that we'd crossed earlier, I noticed some people who were jumping into the water. And I happened to say, "Oh, I'm jealous." And the challenge was issued. You don't have to be.
Screaming
So
like a sissy.
I stripped down,
You're not screaming
jumped
like a
in the
sissy.
water.
I got you. I can do this. Yeah! Holy Toledo! Woo!
Well, I shouldn't have to tell you this, but that is glacier runoff, and that is cold water. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to us, and we'll see you
On our next Death March adventure.